Darlington International Raceway here in South Carolina. We'd like to remind you that at midnight tonight, you can see the Formula One race. Next Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, join us for more NASCAR Winston Cup competition from Bristol International Raceway. That's the Food City 500, where Alan Kulwicki is the defending champion. Boy, it's always exciting to go to Bristol on that tight half-mile high-banked racetrack.
That's one of my favorite tracks to watch.
It is fun, isn't it?
Oh, I'll have to see.
Earnhardt is still riding the rim up there on.
And that's what's really helping him right now, because all the cars with the cool temperatures are tight. But Earnhardt found it high group early on for a tight race car, and it's still working okay for him. Mark Martin needs to go to the top of the racetrack. He just doesn't feel very comfortable up there.
Ninth place car that Dale Earnhardt is about to lap. Terry Labonte running in ninth place. He's trying to put a lap lane. And here's Mark Martin. He's a little closer to Earnhardt than he was before they made those pit stops.
And with that lap, Dale Earnhardt has now led the most laps. He has led 122, whereas Mark Martin has led 121.
So Mark Martin needs to get up, reassume the lead, and lead some more laps to try to get those 5 extra bonus points. Right now, there's 90 laps to go. Here's the Alan Kulwicki, the winner, as you mentioned, last year of the Food City 500, right in front of Dale Earnhardt.
2.8 seconds separates first and second.
Coming up on Darrell Waltrip. Darrell is running in 13th position. He is 2 laps behind the leader.
And see, just that little bit of a bobble on Mark Martin's car hurt his lap time somewhat. Probably 0.2 of a second. Having it turn under Darrell Waltrip instead of being able just to use the racetrack. As Ned said earlier, the maximum lap, you use the entire racetrack here.
Let's see if the interval lengthened because of the fact that he had some trouble with 4/10 of a second.
4/10 of a second. Now then, there's clean racetrack. No cars for he to pass, no cars for Earnhardt to pass. Let's see if Mark Martin can either close it up or he's going to lose more ground to Earnhardt. There's Mark Martin's second place car. There's our leader. The Goodwrench Chevrolet that has been so strong all year.
It was 3.2 last lap. So in about 10 laps, we'll do it again and see if Mark Martin is able to start closing up.
And third place is Rusty Wallace. He's pretty far behind. As a matter of fact, he is more than a third of a lap behind, almost a half a lap behind Dale Earnhardt.
And Dale Jarrett running 4th place is just about
second and a half behind Rusty.
Yeah.
Kyle Petty is, I beg your pardon, Kenny Schrader is in 5th place. He is about 5 seconds.
And we can see that Mark Martin did close the gap 1/10 of a second. But I mean, that's like watching paint dry.
Bernie Irvin coming out of the garage area in the Kodak Film Chevrolet. I didn't even know he had gone to the garage area.
That was quite surprised me too.
Yeah, he's back in there.
He's 14 laps down, but Irvin is back in competition.
And he was in the 7th position in points coming into this race. And boy, we've seen the points jumbled up after each of the races. We'll see it again here today.
And he comes back into the race in 22nd position. He's got something.
That's water.
That's the overflow, isn't it?
Yeah, water coming out of the. He's losing a great deal of water. Yep. There's our leader, Dale Earnhardt. The Bojangles Ford of Jerry Cope directly in front of Earnhardt. You know why they put number 98 on that car, Bob? Excuse me? On Jerry Cope's car. It's number 98.
Yeah.
You know why they put number 98 on it?
Nope.
They got 2 biscuits for 98 cents.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, you would know that,
That's
wouldn't you?
Exactly right.
Except when you go in, you order them a dozen at a time, right?
To get them, you know.
Dale Earnhardt's last win in Winston Cup competition was at Charlotte last year during the month of May.
Boy, he passes him where he catches him, Donnie.
Here's Dale Jarrett coming up on Sterling Marlin.
Sterling, as a result of his being a couple of pit stops, he has gone down the line.
He's now 14th.
He was running in the lead lap in the top 10.
Had his best run of the year going. Did Sterling Marlin. And I tell you one thing, he did a super job in not hitting something as he's going
telling you, he did.
I don't know how he did it.
I don't either.
Well, Jerry Punch is with Tony Glover.
Tony Glover, the crew chief for Ernie Irvin's Kodak Film Chevrolet. They just came out of the garage area, and I called Tony walking out. Tony, what were you doing back there? What were you doing in the garage? What's the problem with the car?
Well, something happened to the engine. The thing either burned a piston or busted a head or something. It started running real hot. We had to come in and put some water in it. And right now we're just kind of running on borrowed time, trying to log a few miles to the points. And I guess we'll have to wait till next week at Bristol.
A tough one for Ernie Irvin. They'll head home to Bristol, Tennessee next week, about 15 miles from their shop in Abington. You see Tony Glover running back to get in their pits. He had stayed in the garage area to work on the car. They have certainly hoped they can finish it. They've got less than 100 laps to go.
Well, Ernie Irvin won his first Winston Cup race at Bristol in August of 1990, so he does go there with a little bit of hope. Now, in the back pit, Darrell Waltrip has come in, the Western Auto Chevrolet.
I guess this is normal pit stop. He probably has run to this point.
Probably has, yes. He runs longer than most people. He was shown in 13th position before he came in for this pit stop. Of course, Darrell had a big win last week in the Western Auto Shootout out in the Texas World Speedway.
That was fun, wasn't it, guys?
That was fun. I really enjoyed that.
I hope you got to see it. It was on a midnight last Sunday night. Darrell stretched the first stop to the point where he caught a caution, put the field a lap down, but there was good competition. Other than that, it was the ARCA and Winston West shootout, but it featured Schrader, Dale Earnhardt, and Darrell Waltrip.
And that's a great facility out there now.
Yeah, it is.
Here's Earnhardt putting a lap on Jeff Bodine, the 8th place car.
So Earnhardt is making a shambles of this race now. He almost got a lap down earlier, but now is in the lead and looking good at Darlington.
But his car's been going away, so he's going to be facing some real hot worn tires near the end of this race. But he'll run good for a little while. We saw Dale Earnhardt go by. That makes Rusty 2 laps down right now.
And also, Dale Earnhardt has accumulated enough lead laps to give him 5 bonus points. He's locked that in. This is Brett Bodine riding inside the Quaker State Ford. He is running in 12th position, 2 laps down.
You see Rusty Wallace go by Earnhardt. Now he was 2 laps down there. Now he's 1 lap down to the right.
Yeah. Boy, those fresh tires, just about 2 seconds a lap, as you talked about earlier in the race.
Rusty is just hoping and praying that there'll be a caution flag between now and the end of the race, because he's going to really be struggling to try to run 50, 55 laps on these tires.
But he wants that caution to come after others have made their green flag pit stops.
Exactly.
Because right now, there are only 4 cars on the lead lap. That is Dale Earnhardt in first, Mark Martin in second, Dale Jarrett third, and Kenny Schrader in fourth.
Every time he runs up there, I think he's going to slam into the wall.
So does everybody else. Me included.
The battle scar showing there on the left side of the car from an incident with Jeff Bodine, 8 or 9 laps into the race.
Exactly.
We got to start positioning a dog camera, as Benny calls it again, the one that hangs outside the right side of the car to see how close these guys come to the wall.
Watch me goes up. Well, this time he wasn't very.
Yeah, he was what, 8 inches off the wall that time. He was way off it.
Yeah, he might even got a little nervous about that himself, so I better not do that. Quick.
Normally he gets up there, but not nearly as high there in the 3rd and 4th turns.
And watch this car. Says if we can get a shot of the camera going down the front straightaway. Watch as he goes down just before he gets turn 1. See that bump? The front air dam almost drags the racetrack as these cars go down in turn 1. I think they're hitting the brakes and also hitting the bump about the same time as the car really dips going down in turn 1.
We saw Ricky Rudd going slow around the racetrack. Jeff Bodine coming in for what should be his last pit stop. John Kernan is